October 18th of the Israeli and Palestinian territories map, also known as the Gaza-Israel War. Juzzy here, and today is another update as I take a simplified and practical approach to some of the most important happenings on the ground in this region. And starting off, boy, what an information war this conflict has already turned out to be. So of course, the biggest news in the last day has been the blast damage to a hospital in Gaza, causing the Hamas group and the Palestinian Authority to come out hard against Israel, blaming them for this destruction. And so what actually happened? Well, no investigation has taken place as such, but Hamas is playing the talking points game for the moment. As for the Israeli side, well, they've actually been providing an overwhelming body of evidence so early on, stating that this was actually caused by Hamas themselves. So Israel and an open source intelligence group or groups have performed a lot of analysis and geopositioning from footage and photos, which does show Hamas firing rockets from Gaza, followed by at least one failing and falling in the process. Do also note the Gaza rocket launching position is not that far away at all from the hospital, just a few hundred meters or so. And so from multiple footage angles, we see the rockets go up and a failing and falling rocket going down, and an explosion outside the hospital as well, not long thereafter. But on the actual ground in the daytime, there was no impact crater you could see that would be anything that would be consistent with an actual Israeli airstrike, or at least so far as anyone can tell from the footage and the photos. So both sides denied they were involved. The IDF spokesperson Daniel Hagari confirmed that the IFD did not strike the hospital in the Gaza Strip. Israel also released a recorded conversation whereby two Hamas members confirmed it was their own failed rocket effectively, even going so far as to state that the shrapnel was not of IDF origin, and in a way blaming another party as well. So although there appears to be just the two parties involved in this conflict directly, there seems to be, as of these recent events, a third party as well, the Palestinian Islamic Jihad terrorist organization, who may or may not have launched the falling and failing rockets from Gaza. And so the information space is full of confusing information right now on all sides, including Iran taking part in trading blame in this most recent devastating event. Then as for the rest of the map, so rocket salvos from Gaza continue to occur, targeting Sderot, which is just on the northeast corner outside of the border of Gaza itself. Also, the IDF continued its airstrikes with paying particular attention to the very, very south once again at Rafah. Then as for the north, so there was an incident on the border between Hezbollah fighters and the Israeli Defense Forces, as Israeli media reported that 4 Israeli soldiers were injured by an anti-tank missile fired by Hezbollah at night. Then also, the Israeli army conducted strikes on Hezbollah positions near the southern Lebanon border in the mountainous regions. Then also, it must be mentioned, German Chancellor Scholz was taking cover on the tarmac as Hamas rockets appeared to target the Ben Gurion airport, which is very bad timing to perform such an offensive rocket salvo attack operation when the German president is in town. He was of course safe in this incident, and the Iron Dome was said to have destroyed the missiles or rockets that attacked. Then over to the politics side of things, or the politosphere. So US President Biden has arrived in Tel Aviv to have a meeting with Israeli PM Netanyahu to talk about security measures in a constantly changing war environment. It's also been noted that at least 2,000 US soldiers have been put on a high readiness alert nearby in the Mediterranean, just in case these tensions escalate in the region further. And so the last day has truly been one of the haziest and confusing days of this conflict so far, and we will undoubtedly be hearing more about the events of the hospital shortly again. And what I just find really hard to understand is how Hamas jump on their moral high horse, calling events and Israeli performed massacre, as they ignore their own verifiable, atrocious crimes against humanity, conveniently forgetting their Hamas militant forces flooding the Gaza borders, those gates 2 weeks ago, to wreak havoc on Israeli society and take hostages in the process. Really, so many elements of Hamas in Gaza not even denying this. Strangely, a small portion of them still do. And so the best way that I could possibly hope to understand this so far is simply that they're playing both sides, using anything they can, even if it doesn't properly fit their narrative. So that's it for today, guys. Just a short one, but yeah, a little bit of a quick update. But yeah, thanks again for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I do hope to see all of you guys there in the next one. Cheers.